Gator Framework Studio in Music City. It's the Dining at Disney podcast.
The thing about good food, it brings folks together, all walks of life.
You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks.
Let's do this thing!
The Dining at Disney podcast.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I am Kristen, or today I am Sylvie. Disney park enthusiast, foodie, travel expert, and happy Halloween!
And I'm Al John, also wishing you a happy Halloween. I'm a lover of horror films. I am a lover of pop culture, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, all things Disney parks. And here at the helm, hoping to keep the rails on this crazy, crazy train. Keep it on the tracks.
And I'm Kat, experiential producer, film historian. It's the best time of the year. Happy Halloween. Today we have some news and some updates, and then we're going to talk about our favorite topic, Halloween at the Disney resorts. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, click subscribe and hit that notification bell for us.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm Halloweened out. I'm not going to lie to you. Like,
What?
you guys are my last stop. And I'm happy that it's y'all, because tomorrow it's officially Dia de los Muertos at the museum.
Yeah.
So it's been Halloween since September 20th.
That's not a bad thing. I mean,
Yeah.
once this shindig is over and done with and the costumes are put away and the candy's tucked safely back in the pantry.
And
but-
Warren Zevon is laid to rest for another year. Sheesh.
Then it's going to be Mariah Carey time. Once Warren Zevon gets retired, Mariah Carey rears her ugly head.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, the good news is we can celebrate by watching Jack Skellington over the next couple months.
There you go.
So,
There
between
you go.
that and Hocus Pocus and all the other good times. I tell you what's really fun is the Toy Story Halloween Terror special.
kids
Yes,
love
we
that.
have- Yes.
It is so good. I've been watching the Toy Story shorts with the kiddos because they love Toy Story.
Cute.
And I'm just like, wow, there's so much story packed in 20 minutes. It's so good.
Seriously.
Whether it's the Halloween special or the Christmas, I guess they had a Christmas special. They had like the Barbie special. Like they had so many different little specials, and I'm thinking, wow, this is great. Plus, they've got the Werewolf by Night Halloween special, which is
Genius.
really good. So I'm going to watch that again. And aren't they supposed to have another? They're supposed to have like a Deadpool special coming up. Or is it a Christmas special? I forgot what they have coming up.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're going
I
to do
heard
like
that's rumored.
it's a special presentation. Ryan Reynolds is going to be doing a holiday show of some kind, which is very on brand, of course.
Yeah, I would love that. I know that Deadpool and Wolverine comes to Disney Plus on November 12th.
I think they're going to time it around that time, and that would make sense. I mean, there's so many great things, and of course, a lot of for the Marvel fans out there that we are, all of us here, there is a brand new slate that they've released regarding all the timings of the different Marvel movies and Marvel Studios and Marvel animation shows that'll be launching on Plus and in theaters this year or the coming years. And I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm excited about the new Wakanda show. I'm excited about the new Spider-Man animated series, and seeing Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. I mean, and of course all the Robert Downey, Tom Holland news that's been making the rounds. I'm just super excited about Marvel right now.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
I have to catch up with Kristen on Agatha because
I'm so
not seen
behind.
anything. Yeah, it's been so busy. Have you guys been super busy? I know Kristen and I have.
Oh my
Kat?
God. I haven't sat down. This is the first time I've sat down in 2 weeks is what it feels like, which is not true. It's an exaggeration, but I am, we're so busy. which is amazing. You know, I work in a museum. You think, oh, museum, it's not very fast paced. And then you add like 450 toddlers every day. And it's like, oh, no, this is, we're doing it. Let's go. And that's where we're at right now. So,
Well, Kristen, what's on the show today?
Well, we've got some rumored news, as well as menu updates. But our big story is that it is Halloween. So we are talking about our favorite Halloween experiences. So
Right.
that is what we're talking about today.
Oh, exciting. Well, we're going to kick things off. Kristen, you want to go ahead and take the horn first?
Yes. So I don't know if you guys have heard this, but it is rumored that Jellyrolls will be closing around the 1st of next year. Now, it wouldn't surprise me, and the reason being is we know there's been a lot of updates that have happened over at the boardwalk. So the lobby was updated. Then you had the opening of Boardwalk Deli, Boardwalk Ice Cream, Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs, as well as the Cake Shop by Gwendolyn Rogers. On top of that, earlier this year, Big River Grill and Brewing Works closed, which had been there for what seems like forever. So it just seems that with all the changes that have happened, that it's rumored that Jellyrolls is the next to go.
Would make sense.
Yeah.
They're just doing rolling refreshes throughout the entire resort. I mean, it's long in the tooth, and I enjoy Jellyrolls. It's fun, you know, but I think everything needs a fresh coat of paint, more than just a fresh coat of paint, you know. I'm thinking it just needs a little bit of an overhaul, more so than just being refreshed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a shame, though. I like that place. It's fun.
Do you think that it's going to keep the same type of entertainment, or do you think it's going to be something completely different?
Well, considering what they've done with the rest of the place, I think it's going to be something completely different. I do hope it is something that's entertainment and not just another restaurant being plopped in there. As much as being that we all love dining and all love food, I feel like that's one of the cool things on the boardwalk was you did have that entertainment there. You didn't have to go to Disney Springs to kind of get that kind of entertainment. So
I would love it to be a live music venue of some kind. I think the live music aspect that was so prevalent in the Disney decade, especially not just around there, but also in what was downtown Disney. I miss that. I miss that energy of live music. And I think and I'm not just saying that because I guess I am saying that as a musician, but there's also a lot of kinetic energy involved when you see people performing live, whether it's a streetmosphere kind of vibe or a live kind of interactive show, you know, those type of experiences that are immersive. I think live music is part of that whole energy that the parks and the resorts need.
and people, it has this weird connectivity that happens with live music and the audience. And I think that's why, you know, you hear about like these kind of like mob type things that happen in the pits. And I think that's because everybody is feeding off everybody else's energy that they're feeling, you know? And I believe that's true of any kind of music. People kind of feed off each other's energy with it.
And I think it's also cool, even if it becomes like an all ages kind of, restaurant / live venue. It's great. It's not just a place to see live piano, which is fine. If they bring back the dueling pianos, great. If it's a piano bar, that's great. But if they bring in more live aspect, to it, you'll get that energy. And I think a lot of people get exposed to those type of things that wouldn't normally get exposed to those type of things. And maybe if it's all ages, maybe at a younger, at a younger period in people's lives where they get inspired to actually make and play music, it makes a difference in people's lives. And I know that I was very, very impressed seeing live people or live, musicians play live, and it's inspiring and magical. And I miss that about seeing Mulch, Sweat, and Cheers in the park, or some other things like that, where it's just like, here's a pop up and it's exciting or it's fun, and I don't know. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, next up, Kat.
Oh, we've got some menu updates. As Kristen just said, the cake bake shop is finally open.
And costs a fortune.
And I don't know what to say about it. Everyone that I've heard has eaten there has said it's been okay. Is their burger worth $30? I don't know. We'll get into it.
That's man.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that in the next show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic Kingdom at Be Our Guest, they've removed their Bloody Mary and added the Handsome Brute, which I don't know what that means, so I'm going to assume it's a drink.
I would think so.
I would think. I didn't mean to just rhyme there. At Crystal Palace, they've added some drinks. We talked a little bit about these last week. The So Many Wishes, the Bloody Mary, the Legacy Mimosa, the Blackberry Orange Spritz, the Sunrise Margarita, the Cold Brew Martini, and the Island Fusion Punch. And we told you what those ingredients were. They all sounded delicious last week. And you'll be able to find them at the Crystal Palace.
Okay. So I did find out what the Handsome Brute is.
Tell me.
It is Tito's handmade vodka, Chambord liqueur, pomegranate juice, and lemon juice, garnished with a sugared rim and raspberries.
Oh, well, okay. It's
Nice.
a little sweeter than a Bloody Mary, but
Yes.
I'm sure it's
Four.
delicious.
Hey, look, it's Sylvie and Sylvie on the same screen.
Oh.
Nice. I'll never get used to the fact that you're seeing alcoholic beverages at the Crystal Palace.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Man. Anyway.
At Cinderella's Royal Table, they've added that So Many Wishes drink. I don't think that one's a cocktail. That one's just a drink. Plaza Restaurant has removed onion rings and added 3 of those drinks: the Legacy Mimosa, the Sunrise Margarita, and the Cold Brew Martini. Tony's Town Square has removed the classic cannoli, the allergy-friendly braised short ribs, and added an allergy-friendly braised beef in pepperoni sauce. Immediately no.
I've never heard of pepperoni sauce, but I'll tell you the first one sounded better.
Yeah, immediately no. At Columbia Harbor House, they removed the milk allergy-friendly trio platter. I'm feeling attacked. I'm not going to lie to you. Epcot. Alja, tell me what's happening over at Epcot.
All right, there at Akershus, they've also added all these different drinks. We talked about the So Many Wishes, Viking Bloody Mary, the Mimosa, the Orange Spritz, and the Sunrise. Over at Garden Grill, they've added the Sunrise Margarita and the Pink Spritzer. Over at the Backlot Express at Hollywood Studios, they've added cheese sauce. Cheese sauce is there. And then at Woody's Lunchbox, they removed the chocolate milk. The horror of the chocolate milk. It's so strange. Why would they do that? Kids love chocolate milk. Over there at, let's see, hold on a second. At Hollywood and Vine. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back.
Sci-fi.
It's Sci-Fi. Okay. At Sci-Fi, they've removed the pesto penny pasta with chicken, the pesto penny pasta with shrimp, as well as the friendly black garlic Caesar salad and the allergy-friendly fried dill pickles.
They just added that black garlic Caesar salad.
Yeah.
They've removed an allergy-friendly version.
Yeah,
So
but I
maybe
remember they
it's still
just
on
added
there.
that one.
I'm sorry, it is allergy-friendly. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
So maybe you
Weird.
just can't get it allergy-friendly anymore.
Yeah. Okay. They've also added the Bloody Mary, all those different drinks that we talked about at, let's see, Animal Kingdom over at Rainforest Cafe. They Took a lot of stuff out. The shrimp scampi flatbread, little Islander Caesar salad, fish tacos, shrimp tacos, fried shrimp, a lot of shrimp there, Iggy's Piggy sandwich, Rumble in the Jungle wrap, top sirloin, Bombay chicken, and shrimp pulled pork burger.
Wow.
They did add chopped salad, blackened fish tacos, turkey club panini, treetop filet, loaded mashed potatoes, which are shareable, and also the shareable baked mac and cheese.
Blackened fish tacos sounds good to me.
It does. Kristen, what's up next?
Over at Tusker House, they added the Legacy Mimosa, Blackberry Orange Spritz, Sunrise Margarita, Cold Brew Martini, Pink Spritzer, and Island Fusion Punch.
Zach Morris timeout. These must be all those signature drink menus they just refreshed,
Yes.
right? That's what it is. I'm like, why are they adding? It's the refreshment of the menus. So
The refreshment of refreshments.
yes.
And how?
At the Smiling Crocodile, they added Powerade. Over at Disney's Beach Club Resort, Cape May Cafe, they added the Bloody Mary, Legacy Mimosa, and Island Fusion Punch. At Martha's Vineyard, you can get the Cold Brew Martini and Pink Spritzer. Over at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa at 1900 Park Fair, as Sylvie walks by, added So Many Wishes, Legacy Mimosa, and Pink Spritzer. At the Grand Floridian Cafe, they added the Legacy Mimosa, Blackberry Orange Spritz, and Sunrise Martini. Over at Disney's Yacht Club, Ale and Compass Restaurant, they added So Many Wishes, Bloody Mary, Legacy Mimosa, Blackberry Orange Spritz, and Pink Spritzer. Yachtsman Steakhouse added the Cold Brew Martini. That was also added over at Cruise Cup Lounge. Over at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, they added So Many Wishes, Legacy Mimosa, Blackberry Orange Spritz, Sunrise Margarita, and Cold Brew Martini. So Many Wishes was added at Kona Cafe. At the Contemporary, Chef Mickey's added all the drinks. And then over at Boma, same thing, they added all of the drinks. However, Victoria Fall Lounge added the Pink Spritzer. At Wilderness Lodge, Whispering Canyon Cafe has added So Many Wishes, Bloody Mary, Legacy Mimosa, and Blackberry Orange Spritz. At Disney's Riviera Resort, Primo Piatto, they removed the gluten, wheat, allergy-friendly kids' scrambled eggs. Over at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside, River Roast added the Cold Brew Martini. And over at the French Quarter side, you can get that at Scat Cats Club. Disney Springs, Cat Rainforest Cafe. They've got a lot going on there.
Looks like they've removed and added the same things as the Rainforest Cafe at Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Which would make sense. We talked about Wine Bar George's new menu last week.
Yes.
I don't know.
But we did not talk about what they removed.
Exactly. So they have removed the fluffy buttermilk pancakes, the shakshuka, the sausage gravy and biscuits, the chicken apple sausage, kids pancakes, New Zealand lamb chops, fried gnocchi, grilled scallop ceviche, New York strip French dip, snapper sandwich, MCT, the Endless Vacation, It's a Gimlet, Gardener's Fix, and Raisin Daisies. And if you want to hear about their new menu, which sounds delicious, just like the old menu, go ahead and listen to that episode from last week because it's good. It's great. The Basket at Wine Bar George has also had some updates. They have removed their strawberry oat bar, the apple strudel, one big profiterole, Endless Vacation, It's a Gimlet, Gardener's Fix, and Raisin Daisies.
I
and
think
they
we
have
may have lost Kat.
What?
Kat, we lost you for a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh, I'm sorry.
it started at you removed the strawberry or oat bar.
I apologize.
No problem.
Yeah, they've removed the strawberry oat bar, the apple strudel, one big profiterole, Endless Vacation, It's a Gimlet, Gardener's Fix, and Raisin Daisies. And they've added the caramel apple oat bar, Something Scotch, Lingering Dreams, Authored in Autumn, and The Forbidden Zombie. T-Rex has had some updates as well. They've removed their Beyond Burger, the Chicken and Sausage Rigatoni, the Pot Roast Pot Pie, and the Florida Strawberry Shortcake Skewers. But they have added a Buffalo Chicken Dip, the Caesarosaurus Salad with Salmon, not something I ever thought I would have to say, Barbecue Bacon Cheeseburger, the Prehistoric Pasta with Salmon, and the Ultimate Prehistoric Smoothie with 2 treats.
Interesting.
What those treats are is a surprise. And finally, the AMC Dine-In Theater has removed a Leota side with bacon, cheese, and ranch. Can't do that anymore, apparently. And they've added a Cadillac Margarita and a Tropical Aviator.
I'm curious about this Tropical Aviator.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up.
But everything sounds real good.
I dig it.
What's next?
Okay, Aljon, you want to talk about this Madame Leota tiki mug?
I sure do. So now available at Trader Sam's Grog Grotto at WDW. You can check out the newly released awesome Madame Leota tiki mug. This thing looks great. I don't necessarily know if it is as shown, but I'll just read you the description, of course. You can have the mug from Madame Leota's, the little crystal ball head, served with either an alcoholic or non-alcoholic option. The corruptible mortal state, which is the alcoholic version, or dismaying observations, which is the non-alcoholic version. The version of the mug is, of course, more pale or iridescent color, and it comes with a wooden base. Now, the drink itself, the corruptible mortal state, includes, get this, Ford's Gin, Domaine Saint Michel Brut, Blue Curacao, passion fruit, and lemon juices, and it comes garnished with a lime and cherry. So it's interesting. Now, the dismaying observations, which is the non-leaded version, features Lyre's Pink London non-alcoholic spirit, Blue Curacao, the Minute Maid passion fruit orange, guava juice, and is topped with lemon juice and topped with ginger beer. Like a non-alcoholic mule, if you will. Of course, there is a limit of 2 mugs per person per transaction, and it'll only be available while supplies last. Now, the Madame Leota themed mug was first introduced to Club 33 members at the 1901 Lounge over there at DCA earlier this month, and then soon after, a new ghostly blue colorway of the mug was announced for Trader Sam's over there at the Disneyland Hotel, which is super cool. And then, of course, there is a Hatbox Ghost Tiki mug that was released that same day. So get it while you can.
For a mere...
Okay, for a mere...
$89.
Holy moly guacamole. Oof. But I have to admit, it looks really cool. Now, the photograph that accompanies this news, okay, is very cool looking. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now because I'd love for everyone to take a look at how cool this thing looks. It is pretty dope.
I can't think of how to describe that green. Like, it makes me think of something, and I can't.
There it is, right there.
Can't recall what it is that it's reminding me of. That shade of green.
A shade of green. You mean here?
Yes, on the mug.
On the mug. Well, they claim it's iridescent, and that's what it looks like. It's a pearl.
It's like a pearl green, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to... it reminds me of something. I know what it is. It reminds me of... You know how, like, pennies get that oxidation on it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. That kind of... Yeah.
Oxidated penny. It looks... Madame Leota looks more like the scary librarian from Ghostbusters, to be quite honest.
Sure.
But okay with that. It's fine. It looks like it's hovering over that wooden base. It's kind of deceptive, but that's fine. I don't think it actually is magnetic like that. Where some of those desk ornaments, that you put on there where it kind of hovers over the magnetic base. I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
Although I could be wrong. For $89, I wish it would levitate.
That would be
kinda
amazing.
neat, right? It'd be like the most awesome paperweight on your desk at work, right? Or in the office at home. But hey, a boy can wish, right?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I like the sound of it. The time is now to start booking and looking at your next Walt Disney World trip. And the lady that can do it for you to help you save time and money is sitting right here. She is our travel guru, Kristen. What is today's Disney travel deal?
Well, right now you can save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels for early 2025, which is just around the corner. So you can save up to 20% on rooms for stays most Sunday to Thursday nights from January 1st to February 20th. And then you can save up to 25% on rooms for most nights from February 23rd to April 30th. So, of course, the higher percentage is for, like, if you're staying at those deluxe and deluxe villas. And then it just kind of goes down from there. But
All right.
definitely worth the discount.
It's always worth money. It's always worth your time to book with Kristen because she'll save you time and money. And Kristen, where can people email you and have them book your or their next Walt Disney World, Universal, or any cruise trip vacation?
They can contact me at themeparkandcruises@gmail.com.
I was going to play
Sylvie is just like walking back and forth in front of me.
This is her show. We're
So-
just guests.
I think she's hungry again.
No.
She wants your attention.
She wants my attention. Is what it is. She wants to sit in my lap and get petting. She says, "Mommy, it's time to go upstairs, and for me to get my nightly petting."
There you go. Well, it is that time of the year as we are doing this Halloween. As you listen to this, happy Halloween, of course. But this is
Yes, I don't go around with this little headpiece on all the time.
What?
oh,
Can you imagine if I did? People
That'd be
look at me
amazing.
like I was some crazy person.
Eh.
okay. So there's a bunch of activities that happen over there at Walt Disney World during this time of year, and I think Kat and Kristen had laid out this theme, which is
I did. Sorry.
favorite Halloween experiences at the Disney parks. So
Yes.
Yes.
who wants to go for it?
Kristen.
Let's start.
Kristen, go for it.
Okay. So, as I've mentioned many times, Halloween is a favorite holiday of mine. Absolutely love it. So, I enjoy getting dressed up, hence, all of this. So, one of my favorite things to do is Mickey's not so scary. I almost like meshed it together with Mickey's Very Merry. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That's what I'm trying to say. I like going as an adult. It's the only time at Disney you can get dressed up and go to the park and have fun. The coolest characters come out. I mean, you get to see many of the villains that you don't get to see any other time. So you can see, like, we've seen Cruella de Vil, Hades. My favorite was when they had Gaston first started putting Gaston out in the park, and I was like, yes, it's Gaston. And like, oh yeah, had to get my picture with Gaston. And let's see, who else has been awesome to get pictures with? But the characters are, Queen of Hearts. But the characters, they're so into it, and it's just fun. I feel like as an adult, it's the one time you really get to be like a kid. You get to dress up You get to interact with your favorite characters, and you get to go trick-or-treating. And I don't know about the rest of you, but it's been a while since I went trick-or-treating. And got my own candy, that is. I mean,
been a
now we
minute.
get to take the kids trick-or-treating, but that's not the same as when you're a kid and you get to do it, you know? And that was the first time we got to see Snow White and all seven dwarfs.
Go.
Was it that? And they had out Cinderella's carriage. Because they had an area where they did the princess and her prince. So that was cool. And of course, one year we waited, what was it, 3 hours, I think, to see Jack Skellington and Sally.
Yep.
The first time they brought them out.
Oh, wow.
There are pictures of us there
Oh.
somewhere with them. Right. So
It was a long, painful wait.
it was a very long, painful wait. And it was a while ago, so we didn't have our kids at the time. So I would not suggest long wait times with children. And of course, it's also late, so they'd be asleep anyway. At least the wee ones would be.
And you get the amazing parade. It's my favorite parade. I mean, it's the one time you get to see the Headless Horseman. Now he just gallops along. But back in the day, he used to run until there was a bad fall. And since then, he just like gallops. But
Yeah,
it's
poor
still
horse.
so cool. I mean, I remember sitting there and you'd wait like to try and get that perfect picture because he would go by so fast.
Well, I think that's it, gang. That's the end of the show. Kristen nailed everything.
Bye.
See ya.
Hey, my favorite thing, like my favorite character experiences and stuff, doesn't mean it's everybody else's favorite.
Yeah, but you literally said the Halloween party, so it's like everything. I'm like, okay, that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
Say your
Anyway.
favorite parts.
We'll go with Kat.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Sure. I mean, what we're here to talk about is food. So my favorite part is at Disneyland, and it's ube soft serve at Mater's, at the Cozy Combe Motel. And it's the best thing ever. And I'm going to have it on Sunday at Dapper Day because it's still Halloween on Sunday. Yeah, I think there's some really fun things to try at this time of year. They always try and put weird stuff out this time of year, which is great because if it weren't for Halloween, we would never have gotten pickle lemonade. And now there's 2 kinds of pickle lemonade.
There you
Or the spicy chicken waffle sandwich at Sleepy Hollow.
I can't have that. I would die, but I'm glad that you
Yes.
enjoy it. Definitely.
Yes, you cannot have it, but
No.
other non-gluten friendly people can have it.
True. Very true.
there you go.
I also want to add the last year. What year was that? I think it was last year when they added Max Goof in the Powerline costume to the parade, and like did the whole Max Goof Powerline moment at the beginning of every parade was like amazing. It was so fun.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So good. Well, if it's my turn,
Yes.
I will say yes to all that. It is our favorite time of the year collectively as a team. And Mickey's Not So Scary, or Mickey's Very Scary, whatever we call it on the West Coast. What do we call it at
It's,
Disneyland?
they have the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oogie Boogie
Yes.
Bash. Oogie Boogie Bash, yes. Is always fun because, let's face it, the parade is killer. But I'm really a character hunter. You know, yes, the food is great, all that. Halloween candy is everywhere, and there's scores and scores of it. And by the way, also opportunity for you to get sugar-free candies there, but you have to usually get the sugar-free candies over at Town Hall. So keep that in mind. But, yes, I think that's Town Hall. But character hunting is a lot of fun because, as Kristen said, they're out in their Halloween costumes, and you never get to see them in those really special costumes, and they are awesome. So, just a little bit of a guide, because I have a little guide here. The Halloween classic characters, Mickey, Minnie, Pooh, Jack Skellington. Here's where you can find them. Okay, typically. So if you're listening to this in the future, here's where they're going to be hanging out. Mickey Mouse in Halloween gear, of course, at Town Square. Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy is going to be at Pete Silly Sideshow. Pooh, Piglet, Tigger is going to be at the Thoughtful Spot, and Jack Skellington and Sally are going to be at Town Square Theater. The princesses are going to be all over the place with their significant others. So Jasmine, Aladdin, Abu, Genie are going to be at Agrabah over there in Fantasyland. Yes. No, over at Adventureland. And then Moana is going to be at the Enchanted Tiki Room. Mirabelle and Bruno is over at the Fairy Tale Garden and Liberty Square Gazebo throughout the evening, so they kind of take turns. Belle is going to be over there at the Q Alcove over there at Enchanted Tales. And then you can also find Eric and Ariel over there in front of Eric's castle. Now, the villains, Kristen's favorite, and maybe Kat's as well. You can find Lady Tremaine and the Stepsisters at Fantasyland. That they're always good for a laugh or three. And Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and the Queen of Hearts is going to be outside, of course, the Mad Tea Party. Jafar is over there at Zanzibar Trading Company in Adventureland. And, of course, various sightings. They're all over the place of various villains at the train station and the Princess Fairy Tale Hall Q. So maybe you might be able to find, Hades there. You might be able to find Hades. And there's additional Disney characters that you can find as well. Hitchhiking ghosts, which are great if you can find them, are going to be at the Frontierland balcony and at the Diamond Horseshoe stage throughout the evening. So they're going to bounce back and forth as the ghosts do. The Country Bears are going to be roaming around Frontierland. Always great to see Big Al. And then the Rock and Roll Stitch in Elvis apparel is going to be across from Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. And then Captain Jack is going to be at Pirates. Alice and Mad Hatter, of course, outside Mad Tea Party. And one of my favorite Disney Junior characters, Vampirina, with her guitar, with Doc McStuffin, Timon, Fancy Nancy, which our daughter adores, is going to be over at Cosmic Race, dance floor. And, of course, there's everybody during the parade. So just a little fun there. And just so you know, over at the resorts as well, there's other characters available there from Disney Animation. Peter Pan will usually be hanging out outside of Peter Pan's Flight. And I think that's the only one I forgot to mention, really. Mulan will be over at Town Square. And Chip and Dale, if you like Chip and Dale, but who doesn't, will be over at Rivers America in Frontierland. So I think I got everybody. I think. And that wraps it up for me.
Do you know what you didn't mention that I thought you were going to mention?
What?
Photo op stuff.
The photo op stuff?
The magic picture, magic shots, like over at the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Or the lady who's on the front lawn of the Haunted Mansion.
Yes, there are those photo ops. I think they're still doing them, and usually they have the ghost carriage over there at Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World, where they can do the magic photos, as Kristen mentioned, where the ghost will be there accompanying you with a magic photo opportunity. And of course, sometimes you'll be there with one of the ghosts, and she will be there kind of sitting there, oh so demure. Will be sitting there basically doing a stand-up comedy routine, which she is hilarious. And she has that reverb, that ghostly reverb in her voice, and her face is all lit up in black light. It's just a great show. I love her. She's great. So anyway, that's it for me, gang. Is that everything we want to talk about?
Fireworks.
So.
Fireworks show.
Oh, Oh, fireworks show.
Do you
Well,
like
of
the
course.
fireworks show?
Love the fireworks show. The soundtrack is awesome. You know? I mean, what's not to love? I think there's so many different facets for everybody. You know, there's a dessert party that goes on as well, since this is a food show. In the future, when you listen to this, you can always check out the available dates for the Tomorrowland Terrace dessert party during the fireworks show, the spectacular, which is great because they have delicious desserts prepared by the pastry chef, such as chocolate dipped strawberries and s'more cups. So who doesn't want that? Of course, there's an assortment of beer and wine nowadays. Of course, you have to show valid ID. You can do that. And of course, there's a bunch of cheeses as well to sample as well. And that happened this past year. So
The one thing I do want to mention, because you did mention the thing about making sure you have your ID. I will say, if you are an international traveler, make sure you have something with you, even if it's like your passport, because that can be something you often forget, that in the U.S. you have to be 21 to drink, and most places will request an ID. Because I do know, and I have seen like firsthand where somebody traveling internationally was like, well, this is all I have. And they're like, sorry, we're not going to take that.
But I'm 18.
So, yeah.
Sorry. You're in the States now.
Mm-hmm. I want to take a moment to mention one last thing.
Yes.
It's very serious for me. The pumpkin that looks like Elvis on Main Street at Disneyland. I make a very high point to visit him every season. He's a gem, a true treasure.
You know what? You bring up a great point, though, Kat, because the park gets transformed for Halloween, and the decor, the vibe, the sounds, the whole atmosphere, the greenery, everything about the resort and the park is transformed. And kudos to everybody, the horticulturists, the cast members, everybody that decorate, because it looks spectacular.
Truth.
It's literally like walking into a Charlie Brown's like a Halloween special. It's just legit, just everywhere. I know that I'm crossing the streams here in terms of franchises, but
Don't cross the streams.
don't cross the streams. Egon.
Sorry. I couldn't resist.
I couldn't help but reference that either. But it's just spectacular. Nobody does family-oriented fun like Disney in such a great way, and the cast members make it happen. So big ups to the cast members for always making it magnificent. It's worth the price of admission to do the Halloween parties, in my opinion, because it's so special. And between the stage show and the fireworks, and the soundtrack, and the parades, and the food, and everything you can do, man, it makes for a great date night. It makes for a great family fun time. It's something you got to do once, if not multiple times. It's worth it. So thank us later for that. Okay.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, and give us those 5-star reviews. This helps the show's algorithm so much, and we greatly appreciate it. Aljon, do you want to tell everyone where they can find us?
Well, sure. Dining at Disney can be found on all your social media sites. We're there. We're also on Facebook. Be sure to check out specifically the Dining at Disney podcast page on Facebook. We're also there. We've got a great group. It's free to join. Search for Dining at Disney to join the group. Answer a few questions. That way we know you're a real human being. And join the conversation. And leave us all those great likes and shares. And as Kristen mentions every week, it's always great because we need all the help we can get to make that algorithm favor and show the show to a lot more people. So give us those 5-star reviews, leave us those comments, give us those likes. Also, you can check us out at Sorcerer Radio there at the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone, another free group to join on Facebook. That's where the fun's at. Of course, you can always check out Sorcerer Radio and their awesome app at srsounds.com. Go to the App Store or whatever smart device you have and download that app. You can hear us streaming there as well at 1 p.m. Eastern every Monday. And it's a little bit of an edited show, so but still a lot of fun. So check that out at sorcererradio at srsounds.com. Also, thanks to our friends the Disney Dorks, also an awesome group that you can find on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram, AlJohnGo on Instagram. Subscribe, check me out, and I'm also there with a weekly podcast called Skull Rock Podcast with former Disney creative director of special projects and well-renowned author Dave Bossert. We talk about the Disney decade. We have all kinds of good friends and filmmakers and animators stop in for a great discussion about all the classic Disney films and more, and some of the films of today. Enjoy it. Skull Rock Podcast. Kat?
You can find me on Instagram at catastrophe at CAT_ASTROPHE. And you can listen to my podcast, Eat the Pictures, wherever you get podcasts. If you want to support the show, consider donating on whatever platform you find podcasts, where you watch us or listen to us. Either one, we're cool. Also, you can shop our links, Amazon, Disney Store, Kingdom Stroller, and Garden Grocers. And you can find those below in the show notes or over at diningatdisney.com. Until next time, I've been Kat. That's been Kristen and Aljon. Happy Halloween!
The information and opinions expressed in this podcast are for entertainment and informational purposes. All other trademarks mentioned are the property of their respective owners.